In the dusty village of Sunsagar, where the sun painted everything gold, lived Anya, a girl who saw what others couldn't. Her world was not just people and things, but a shimmering layer of colors around them. Auras, her grandmother had called them before she passed. Joy was a vibrant sunflower yellow, illness a murky, swampy green, and a lie, a flicker of oily gray, like smoke from a damp fire. Anya kept this second sight to herself. In Sunsagar, being different was rarely celebrated. She walked through the market, dodging the jagged red flashes of angry merchants and basking in the soft blue glow of mothers nursing infants, a silent observer of the village's emotional tides. One evening, a stranger's caravan rolled into the village square, bells chiming. He called himself Zorvan, a performer of wonders. He was tall, draped in velvet robes that seemed to absorb the twilight. The villagers were instantly mesmerized by his illusions. Lanterns that floated without strings, scarves that changed color mid-air, a painted bird that flew right off a canvas. They saw magic. Anya saw the truth. Around Zorvan swirled no color of wonder or joy. Instead, he was cloaked in a deep, hungry indigo, cold as a winter night in the desert. It was a void that pulled at the light around it. When Zorvan made the Tsunchung's lost ruby ring appear from thin air with a flourish, the crowd cheered. Anya, however, saw a thin, almost invisible silver thread snaking from Zorvan's intricate sleeve to the headman's pocket moments before the miracle. It was no magic, it was merely clever sleight of hand. Thinking he was benevolent, old Mrs. Mehta approached him, hobbling on her painful knee. Zorvan laid a hand on it, whispering strange words. Mrs. Mehta cried out in relief, throwing away her cane, declaring herself cured. The village gasped in awe, but Anya felt sick. She saw the murky green of Mrs. Mehta's pain not vanish, but simply retreat deep inside her leg, coiling tight like a frightened snake waiting to return with a vengeance. Simultaneously, Zorvan's indigo aura pulsed violently, growing fat and satisfied on the old woman's desperate gratitude. The village hailed him as a wizard, a savior sent to Sunsagar. Anya knew he was a thief of trust, of health, of truth. But who would believe a quiet, dusty-footed girl over a charismatic magician who brought such spectacle? Zorvan's final trick was announced for the night of the full moon. He would catch the moonlight itself in a great glass jar to bless their parched crops. The entire village gathered at the square, their faces upturned. Under the brilliant moon, Zorvan stood on a makeshift stage, the large, empty jar raised high. He began elaborate gestures, chanting words that sounded ancient and grand, but felt hollow to Anya's ears. The villagers watched, enthralled, their collective breath held. Anya watched too, her heart pounding against her ribs. As Zorvan chanted, she saw not moonlight being gathered, but something else entirely. From each enthralled villager, from the hopeful farmer, the weary mother, the wide-eyed child, a tiny glowing wisp of their own warmth drifted unseen towards Zorvan's jar. It was their hope, their vitality, their very essence being siphoned away. Zorvan's indigo aura was blazing now, a vortex feasting on their collective faith. This was his real magic. Not creation, but consumption. He wasn't a wizard who wielded power from within. He was a parasite who fed on the belief of others. If he finished the ritual, the crops wouldn't be blessed. The village would be drained, left grayer, weaker, and emptier, while he moved on sated. Anya could stay silent no longer. The truth burned inside her, brighter than any aura she had ever seen. She pushed through the crowd to the edge of the stage. "Stop!" Her voice rang out, clear in the hush. "He is not catching moonlight. He is stealing your light!" The chanting stopped abruptly. The crowd gasped, murmuring in confusion. Zorvan looked down at her, his charming smile twisting into a venomous sneer. "A child's fantasies," he boomed, his voice artificially amplified. "Do not let this jealous girl break the sacred spell. Focus!" He tried to restart the chant, to pull their attention back to the jar. The indigo void around him lashed out, trying to snare their minds again. But Anya didn't look at Zorvan. She turned her back to the magician and faced her people. She focused harder than she had ever had, looking past their dusty clothes and tired faces. She saw old Mr. Joshi's genuine amber glow of kindness as he helped a neighbor steady herself. She saw young Rohan's bright orange curiosity. She saw her own mother's steady, unwavering rose-pink love in the crowd. She poured her whole being into seeing these true colors, making them brighter in her own vision. "Don't look at the jar," Anya cried, pointing not at the stage but at the crowd themselves. "Look at each other. See how you shine. Your hope, your love for your families, that is the real magic here. Don't give it to him to devour." Something shifted in the air. Her words, charged with the absolute certainty of what she saw, struck a chord. The villagers, prompted by Anya's conviction, turned from the performer. A husband looked at his wife, a mother at a child. A wave of genuine connection, unprompted by trickery, passed through them. They saw their neighbors not as spectators sharing a show, but as people sharing a life. The collective, distracted belief that fed Zorvan shattered. Up on the stage, the indigo aura around Zorvan flickered desperately. He howled, trying to regain control, but the connection was broken. The jar in his hand, meant to hold stolen vitality, began to vibrate violently. Without the villagers' focused faith to channel it, the wisps of energy he had already siphoned swirled wildly inside the glass. With a sound like shattering ice, the jar exploded. It didn't burst into dangerous shards, but dissolved into 1,000 harmless specks of silver light that dusted the crowd like true moonlight before fading away. Zorvan staggered back, knocked off his feet by the recoil. His grand illusion was broken. His terrifying indigo aura shrank instantly to a thin, pathetic wisp around a frightened, ordinary man. Exposed, with no audience to deceive and no belief to feed upon, he scrambled off the stage. He gathered his caravan in a panic and fled Sunsagar before the first hint of dawn colored the sky. The villagers never fully understood what happened that night. Some said Anya had broken the magician's concentration. Some said the real magic had actually been in the moonlight all along, and Zorvan was just a fraud who couldn't handle it. But Anya knew.